What's up, guys? I have some new problems for us to work on in terms of reducing radicals. 5 times the cubic root of 243. And again, remember our first step is to look at the radicand, and in this case it's 243. When we look at the index, in this case it's 3, right? The index root. And we come back to this radicand and we say, okay, we need to factor this out, and it's really nice anytime we can factor it and factor it to a point where we have one of the factors with an exponent that is equal to the index. That makes it really easy. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take the next step. And pause here if you want to try and factor this out yourself, and then hit play and see if we come up with the same thing, okay? So what we're going to have is 5 times the cubic root of 27 times 9. Do we see how this is equal, right? Do we see how 243 can also be written as 27 times, or should I say it has factors of 27 and 9. There we go. Now we have 5 times the cubic root of 27 times 9, and we look at that 27, and right away it should be jumping out to us. Okay, it's divisible by 3. We see this index of 3. Well, let's go ahead and take that to 5 times the cubic root of 3 cubed, right, times 9. And let's come up here for a second. I'll write that purple. So we have 3 times 3 times 3. Let's go through it. 3 times 3 is 9, right? Times 3 is 27. 3 times 3 times 3 is the same as 3 cubed. Okay, so we see that 3 cubed is the same as 27, right? We see that 27 times 9 is the same as 243. Therefore, 3 cubed times 9 is the same as 243. Again, data is like energy. It's neither created nor destroyed. It just changes forms. At least for us, it's neither created nor destroyed. We're faced with the data, and we have to work with it. Okay, so we've just rewritten 243 in this format. 3 cubed times 9. Okay. All right, guys. So this next step should start to look real familiar. And again, at each point, you can pause throughout the solve and see if we're coming up with the same answers. And I think that's a really good way to practice. And I try and talk about each of the steps thoroughly so that you understand why we're doing what we're doing. Otherwise, it isn't going to help you, right? So we have 5 times the cubic root, right, of 3 cubed. Now, we had that 3 cubed. Can we rewrite that at all? Or can we make any adjustments there? Not rewrite it, but can we apply this cubic root to any part of this radicand? Well, sure, we can apply it right here, can't we? So we can get rid of that. So now we pull that 3 out, because what's the cubic root of 3 cubed? It's 3. So we're still left with 3 side, right? So that's where we're at in this step, right? Again, you can go ahead and pause now if you want. I'm going to wipe down the whiteboard, and we're going to go on to that final step. All right, so where are we at? We have 3 multiplied by 5 times the cubic root of 9. So we look at this problem and say, is there anything else we can do? Is there any other like terms we can combine? And we can. End up with 15 right there, don't we? 15 times the cubic root of 9. There you go. All right. Cheers.